Welcome, uplifting life partners. Let's ignite possibilities together. I'm so incredibly grateful you're here for our fourth Marriage Builder Sunday episode of Marriage Mastery Simplified, Cultivating Extraordinary Connections. I'm your host, Ron Simplified Myers. Today's topic, embracing imperfection, finding beauty in flaws, theirs and yours. We're diving deep into a topic that touches us all, imperfection. In a world constantly striving for an unattainable ideal, how do we find peace, joy, and even beauty in our flaws? And not just our own, but the imperfections of those around us. Think about it. From social media filters to glossy magazines, we're bombarded with the images of perfect lives, perfect bodies, perfect relationships. This relentless pursuit of perfection can leave us feeling inadequate, anxious, and constantly falling short. It's exhausting, isn't it? But what if I told you that embracing your imperfection isn't just liberating, it's essential for true happiness and connection? So today, we're going to explore how we can shift our perspective from self-criticism to self-compassion and from judgment to acceptance. Let's start by dismantling the myth of perfection. Is it even achievable? Historically, cultures have often valued symmetry and flawlessness. But when we look closely, some of the most captivating art, stories, and the most resilient individuals are characterized by their unique imperfections. Think of the cracks in an antique vase that tell a story of its journey, or the flaws that make a person truly unique and memorable. The pursuit of perfection often leads to stagnation, fear of failure, and a lack of authenticity. We become so focused on presenting a polished image that we lose touch with our true selves. So, how do we begin to embrace our own imperfections? Well, as we've talked about before, it starts with self acceptance. This isn't about giving up on growth or improvement, but rather acknowledging and accepting who you are right now, flaws and all. Our imperfections are part of our unique blueprint. They tell a story of our experiences, our struggles, our resilience. For instance, perhaps you're someone who's a bit disorganized. Instead of seeing it as a weakness, could it be a sign of a creative, free-thinking mind? Maybe you're introverted. Could be a strength that allows for deep introspection and meaningful connections. So now let's talk about finding the beauty in the flaws of others. Now we know this can be even more challenging because we often have expectations of how others should be, and when they don't meet these, it can lead to frustration or disappointment. But consider this. When we truly accept others, imperfections and all, we create space for deeper, more authentic relationships. It's in those moments of vulnerability and shared humanity that true connection flourishes. Think about the people you admire most. Is it their flawlessness? Or is it their resilience, their unique quirks that make them so special? So we'll go through and we're going to share some stories and strategies for cultivating empathy and letting go of the judgment. So right now, let's cover practical steps to cultivate an imperfectly beautiful life. Here are a few actionable steps you could take this week to start embracing imperfection. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. Challenge that inner critic. When that negative voice pops up, ask yourself if what it's saying is truly helpful or true. Again, go to previous episodes. Reframe flaws. Identify one perceived flaw and try to see it from a different perspective. How can it be a strength? Practice mindful observation. Notice that the imperfections around you in nature, in art, in people, and consciously seek out their unique beauty. Embrace vulnerability. Share an imperfection with a friend or a family member and see how it deepens that connection. Now I'm going to share a couple of inspiring examples of real life stories of people that I think most of you know. The first example would be a singer, Stevie Wonder. Here's a person that became blind at a young age, learned to play the piano, harmonica, and drums. Today he's a household name, and his music is always being sampled by today's musical artists. And here in California, he actually owns a radio station. He uses his platform to advocate for civil rights, speaks out against injustice, advocates for people with disabilities, and champion humanitarian causes around the world. Now, another person who experienced a similar journey was Ray Charles. His mom emphasized that while he might not be able to do things like a person who can see, there's always two ways to do everything, and he just had to find the other way. She taught him practical skills like using his memory, counting stairs, and using his hands as his eyes to feel his way around. Most importantly, she instilled in him a fierce sense of independence and told him, never let nobody or nothing turn you into no cripple. She refused to pity him and pushed him to be self-sufficient, believing that he could overcome his blindness and live a full life, which he has. By the way, I would recommend watching the movie titled Ray, where Jamie Foxx portrayed Ray Charles. To watch him have to fight through the things that many of us take for granted, it's an inspiring story. That's not to say you will agree with everything that he did, but take the story for what it is. By the way, isn't that the topic we're on today? Embracing imperfection, finding beauty in flaws, theirs and yours. How about J.K. Rowling, the globally celebrated author of the Harry Potter series? She was a single mother living on welfare, struggling with poverty and clinical depression. However, this period of her life fueled her creativity and her understanding of human resilience, hope, and despair, themes that are deeply embedded in the Harry Potter books. Did you know that her manuscript for that Harry Potter series, it was famously rejected by numerous publishers? Instead of taking it as rejection, she allowed it to become a testament to her perseverance and belief in her story. Remember this, every no is getting you closer to a yes. So as we wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with this thought. The most beautiful things in life are not often perfect, but perfectly imperfect. By embracing imperfection, both in yourselves and in others, we unlock the world of authenticity, connection, and true happiness. It's a journey, not a destination. So be patient and kind with yourself along the way. Thank you for joining me on Embracing Imperfection, Finding Beauty in Flaws, Theirs and Yours. If this episode resonates with you, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And remember, your imperfections are what make you perfectly you. For more exclusive training, deeper dives, behind the scenes content, our books, video series, and the Simplified Uplifters apparel, that's our clothing store, make sure you download the Simplified Uplifters app today. It's your one-stop shop for all of our resources. Inside of Google Play or the Apple Store, it can be found as Simplified You. The U stands for Uplifters, so it is Simplified You, the letter U. Or you can find the duplication of the app on our website, simplifieduplifters.net. Again, that's simplifieduplifters.net. We will also share this information in the show notes. Thank you again for joining me on this transformative Marriage Builder Sunday. Until we reconnect, my uplifting life partners, always remember your power. You are extraordinary.